I am going to become a Steam Achievement Hunter because bigger number equals better person, but for specifically pixel art games. My dudes, what's going on? My name is GriffyBit, and welcome to my YouTube series, Pixel Perfect, aka PP. Shout out to the Twitch subs and YouTube members that keep this dream a reality. Anyways, let's get into it. Enter the Gungeon, developed by Dodge Roll, released on April 5th, 2016, is a bullet hell action roguelike filled with tons of references that you'll love and adore, especially from games you've played in the past. Speaking of the past, come check me out at twitch.tv/GriffyBit, where I stream the Pixel Perfect series 4 days a week. To start off this bullet hell adventure, we have the first achievement known as Gun Acolyte, which requires you to complete the tutorial. Honestly, I'm quite shocked that only 86% of people have this achievement. It's quite simple. Talk to Manuel, aka Manuel, and he'll teach you how to play.
Games for babies. There it is.
Next, we have the achievement known as Biggest Wallet, which involves you to carry a large amount of money at once. I didn't realize I had that much money when I was running through it. I believe it was only about 300 money. But you know what? I'll take it.
And we killed that boss. Easy money.
In this game, there are 6 chambers with a couple of alt path chambers. Get it? Floors, chambers, gun? Haha, funny joke. In chamber 1, you can access a secret alt chamber by dousing the fireplace with a water barrel or a water item, walking into it and activating a switch to unlock a trap that requires 2 keys, and to get into it, which brings us to our next achievement known as Great Hall, or entering the Obulite for the first time.
Ooh, Great Hall.
Now remember the tutorial's NPC, Manuel? Well, we need to avenge him for this next achievement. There's a small crack within the tutorial if you use a blank, which is basically this game's explosive or grenade. You'll realize that Manuel is actually dead. Rest in peace. We have to avenge him from his arch nemesis, Blockneer. This is unlocked after Manuel's secret dialogue. Blockneer has a chance to show up in Chamber 3. Killing him will give you an achievement, Sworn Gun.
Sworn Gun. Avenge Manuel.
Coming up is the beautiful and sparkly next achievement, Day Ruiner, which is awarded for killing a boss after covering them with glitter. The way to get this is to shoot the boss with the weapon known as the mailbox. It's the final bullet, has a chance of being either fire, poison, explosive, or glitter. Once doused with glitter, defeat the boss, bing bong beezle, there's the achievement.
Yo! We got the achievement covering with the glitter. Day Ruiner, baby.
And our first completion achievement shows up known as Slayer, which is earned by defeating the boss of the 5th chamber, also known as High Dragon. Don't worry, we're going to be fighting him a lot.
That's why I'm the GOAT, baby. That's why I'm the GOAT! First try, Slayer.
This also carries us over to the next achievement, known as Gunsmith, which requires you to construct a bullet that allows you to kill your past. Each character has a past, and in order to get this bullet, you must bring specific items to Chamber 5. You'll need the Prime Primer, which can be purchased at the 2nd floor shop for 110 shells, aka money. The Arcane Powder that can be found in the Mine Cart Puzzle. The Planar Lead, which is the large invisible pit room where you need to reload to throw your shells on the ground to see which spots are solid. And the Obsidian Casing, obtained by killing the 5th chamber boss. Hand in all these items to the gunsmith, and there you go. Achievement unlocked and bullet received. From now on, whenever you talk to the gunsmith, she'll give you the bullet.
There it is.
Each run and each boss you defeat earns you special money that you can use outside of the Gungeon to unlock new passive items or potentially new weapons, which brings us to Patron. This achievement is earned by spending big at the acquisition department. Basically, all you have to do is spend 100 credits.
Boom. There it is. Patron. We've officially spent 100 coins.
Now, in this absolute monstrosity of a game, it wouldn't be a proper dungeon experience without the most beloved, nefarious, and notorious monster of all, the Mimic. Mimics can come in all shapes and sizes in this game, just like your mother. They can even be a wall. This achievement, not just a box, requires you to notice the Mimic. You can tell it's a Mimic by seeing the chest breathe or having a dog bark at it. Shoot it, and you'll get this lovely achievement.
Hey, there. Oh, yo! Achievement!
Remember how we went into the Obulite? Well, inside there, you need to collect an armor piece that is different from everything else, and to survive all the way to Chamber 2 without getting hit, to offer it to the altar to enter the temple, unlocking the achievement, Reverence of the Dead.
Nice! Reference of the Dead. Access the temple. That's another one, baby! That was so stressful.
The next achievement is pretty stupid, I'm not gonna lie. It's called Lion's Leap, where you fall at the last second. I totally did this by accident, and you know what? I'm not proud of it. And I don't think my father would be proud of it either.
Yeah. Oh! Fall at the last second. Lion Leap.
We have multiple achievements known as Going Down, Going Downer, Going Downest, and Last Stop. These achievements require you to get a specific item when the bullet elevator leaves. You can drop into a hole, and this is how you unlock the shortcuts in the game. It usually involves needing a master round, which you get from not getting hit by a boss, credits, some random obscure item, and usually keys and money. Obviously, I didn't get all these back to back, but let's just say it wasn't the hardest thing in the world. I did this with the robot, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, there it is, going down. Woo! Shortcut to the second chamber. There it is, going downer. And here you go. There it is, going downest. There it is, last stop. Open the shortcut to the 5th chamber. We have all the chambers now.
There were definitely more than a few achievements that I just randomly came across and didn't even realize while playing. Like this one, I knew someone would do it. Pushing tables into water. I entered a room, saw a table, and let my intrusive thoughts win and pushed it. Well, I didn't push one, I pushed like 20. But I mean, it's the same thing. Achievement complete, easy peasy.
Oh, that's an achievement. I knew someone would do it. What? Bro, that's hilarious, bro.
Demolition Man. Again, another achievement I had no idea what I was doing. Requires you to roll into a frozen enemy, and we did it. I mean, it's not that crazy to be honest. The best way to freeze people is to either use an ice bomb or a gun like the Arc Fallen or even the Snowballer.
There it is, Demolition Man.
So you know how you got the bullet for the past? Well, this allows you, instead of the game just ending, to take the characters and attempt their past to get their special alt skin and help progress the game further. This brings us to the achievement known as Squad Captain, which is for killing the Marines past, aka Doom reference.
Nice. There it is, Squad Captain, kill the Marines past. Oh baby, that's a 2-for-1 right there.
Wingman, which is for killing the pilots past. If you like Galactica, I think you're going to love this one.
Holy. There it is, Wingman baby, another pass done.
Double Jeopardy, which is for killing the convicts past, and to be honest, I don't really know what the reference was, but hey, if you know, leave it in the comments below.
Got him. That's another one, Double Jeopardy.
And Deadly is a game, which is for completing the Hunter's past. Once you complete all of these paths, you will unlock another achievement known as Historian. And yes, these ones I did in fact do back to back. And I gotta say, the skins make this game so much better. As I always say, skin to win.
Dog, Deadliest Game, Hunter's Past, and Historian. 2 achievements in 1. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, we all know about curse enemies, stronger enemies, or elite enemies. Well, in this game, since everything has to be a gun reference, the next achievement is known as Jam. You get a thing called Curse in the game, which can have a chance of spawning a jammed enemy. Every hit from a regular bullet takes half a heart, but if you get hit by a jammed bullet, it's a full heart. Once you get 10 Curse, you get the Reaper. He will follow you through the entire game until you die, which brings us to our next achievement, Jammed, where you have to hit 10 Curse. You don't have to beat the game, you just have to hit that amount. The best way to do this, once you've killed your past, is to talk to the statue in Chamber 1, and it will give you 9 Curse. The only thing you need to do is get 1 more cursed item, and there you go. By the way, cursed items are disgustingly strong.
Jammed, you've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Oh shit, that's actually an achievement.
Rage mode is kind of an easy one. It's about flipping guns and flipping tables. You know, not too crazy, pretty easy achievement. Just takes a little bit of time and playing the game.
Hey, Rage mode, always be flipping. Guns are flippers. Heck yeah, dude. That's a +1 achievement for us.
Now, remember when I said there was shortcuts you could get? Well, once you complete the shortcuts, you can go back down and there will be a little small television. It's broken, and you have to take it all the way to Chamber 5. But wait, there's more. Whenever you roll, you will drop the TV. That means rolling over pits, you can lose the TV. Leaving that map without picking it back up loses the TV because that rat steals it. I can't tell you how many times I forgot this TV. Absolute pain and agony. I could literally solve world problems faster than I could remember to pick up this goddamn TV. But if you bring the TV to Chamber 5 and give it to the gunsmith, well, you just unlocked yourself a new character, also known as the Robot.
There's the achievement. That was not fun, by the way. I never want to do that ever again.
Time for the most useless achievement in the game, aka Beastmaster. In the options menu, you can go down and click a thing called Activate Beast Mode. You know what it does? It does the most insane, improbable, most extreme ability in the game. Want to know what it is? It's absolutely nothing. It does actually nothing. We thought because of a god run, when I unlocked it, turned it on, it just gave me great synergy. But no, that's not the case. We read the wiki. It literally does nothing. But apparently we need it. But hey, a win is a win.
Oh, there it is, Beastmaster. Played the game with beast mode on. All right, don't know what that did, but okay.
The achievement Terminator is to kill the robots past, aka obviously a Terminator reference. Who would have thought?
Easy. There it is, terminated. Kill the robots past. Ooh, God. 1 run, 1 victory.
So I was talking about Patreon and how you need to find a key to unlock the cage to get access to the shop in the first place. Well, the golem robot doesn't have an arm. You actually need to get this arm. And how do you do this? Well, you have to get all the way to Chamber 5, and then you find 2 items within Chamber 5, a balloon and his arm. You get both of those without losing either one, and it will bring the arm to Chamber 4. In your next run, you'll have to bring the Chamber 4 to Chamber 3, then Chamber 3 to Chamber 2, and finally Chamber 2 to Chamber 1, and once you give him the arm, you get the achievement Rearmed.
There it is. Rearmed. My boy. All right. Baby good skeleton. Grave lad. Look at his little arms. Wacky inflatable R2 man. Wacky inflatable R2 man. Bro, I love it. He's my favorite little boy.
The next achievement is known as Pit Lord. Guns have knockback, so your job is to use knockback without killing enemies to push them into pits. Do this to 100 enemies and you get the achievement. It's oddly satisfying.
Hey, yo. Another achievement. Knock those guys down, baby.
Next, we come into a group of achievements known as Forager, Mine Master, Castle Crasher, Hollowed Out, and Dungeon Diver, which requires you to clear chambers a multitude of times. Nothing too special about that, just replaying the game.
We didn't get Forager, though. Hey, Castle Crasher! Oh my god, first time. Oh, hey, look at that. Clear the second chamber 40 times.
But you know how I keep mentioning the 1 to 5 chambers? There are a couple of all pass, and I've only mentioned the 6th chamber about once. Well, that's because it's completely optional. Welcome to Bullet Hell, which brings us to one of the hardest bosses in the game, aka the 3-phase Lich. Defeating him gives us the achievement known as Gungeon Master. Instead of D&D, we're playing some G&D. You know what I'm saying?
I did it, Gungeon Master!
Remember I was talking about how there are NPCs stuck in these cages and how unlock the shop in the first place? Well, we need to get a total of 12 of them, which brings us to Great Hall, which is to populate the breach, our main hub. This unlocks a lot of things, including the ability for more achievements and to help our runs for future endeavors. One of these NPCs is Link, the cartographer, or the Lost Adventurer. Okay, we all know it's Link. This requires you to map out all the maps and hand them to him to unlock the achievement known as Cartographer's Assistant. He also gives pretty good items.
There it is! Cartographer's Assistant. Map the first 5 chambers for the Lost Adventurer, and we also got Great Hall. Rad gun. Totally rad. Bro, that's a pretty rad gun. That's got a hat and a skateboard. I don't know about you, bro, but he's tech decking, dude. That's wild.
Now here's where stuff starts getting interesting. This is where the game goes from, man, that was easy, to, oh my god, why am I doing this? We have Lead God, which is to collect 5 master rounds in one run. Let me specify this. In order to get a master round, you have to do a boss hitless, and you can only get master rounds from rounds 1 to 5. In alt paths, there is no such thing. So that means you have to do all the main bosses hitless. This is not easy. There are quite a few bosses that I'm not very good at, and my dude, I hate the wall. The wall is the worst garbage boss by far. It is just such a stupid boss. But I did it. I buckled up, I pulled up my pants, and I did it.
There it is, baby.
I thought this was going to be the hardest achievement, and oh my was I ever wrong. I've never been so wrong in my life, and you will see why. Now we start hitting into the challenge mode of this game. Yes, there are a bunch of challenge modes that you have to accomplish in order to get more achievements. We have the thing called Sledge Dog, which once you save this NPC, allows you to activate Turbo Mode. Yeah, you thought Bullet Hell was fun? Let's increase the speed. This was actually a lot easier than I thought. I kind of prefer Turbo Mode, to be 100% honest, but yeah, this was actually one of the easier ones.
Thank you. Thank you. Even with extreme Joy-Con drift, nobody can stop me.
And since I'm such a legend, the next achievement is Time Paradox. You have to die in the past. I didn't die once unlocking the past, so I just had to, take one for the team.
And there it is. Paradox.
Next achievements weren't too bad as well. We had Muddy Pit and Rider, which requires you to drop chandeliers, which show up mostly in Chamber 1, and kill enemies while riding in a minecart, which shows up in Chamber 3. These were pretty easy. Just kind of rinse and repeat, doing them over and over again. It's just a lot of unnecessary farming, but hey, compared to some of the other achievements I had to do, this one was a piece of cake.
Muddy Pit? There it is. There it is. Rider. Oh, 100 enemy cards.
You want to talk about RNG? Let's talk about the next achievement known as Case Closed, which is to unlock the bullet. To unlock the bullet, there's a % chance in each chamber that there will be a little bulletkin. Yes, that's what their names are, by the way. That will show up with a little red cape. They are passive, and they will not attack you. You need to wait 2 minutes, and this little bullet will teleport away. You need to save 5 of them, and once you do, you unlock the new character, and the best character, in my opinion, the bullet.
There it is.
Now remember how I was talking to you about jam enemies? Well, did I ever tell you that they're jammed bosses? Yes, that's right. Exorcist is the achievement for killing a jammed boss. I made it super easy when I did it. I just refarmed Chamber 1 over and over again while taking to the first statue to get 9 curse. Made it to the boss and got one of the easiest bosses in the game jammed. It was pretty easy, not gonna lie, efficiency.
Easy.
Once you do a lot of progression in this game, you're going to get to a point where you unlock this special secret shop that has a really rare chance of spawning. The only way to get into it is either have 1 curse or 100 money. If you don't, it'll just spit you out and damage you. But if you do have this, you'll get to enter the secret shop and get the achievement known as the password.
There it is. Password.
Hero of the Gun, which is for killing the bullets pass, is one of my favorite pass in the game because it's a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past reference. Instead of the Master Sword, you have a sword known as Blasphemy, and you get to fight the notorious boss, King Cannon. To be honest with you, I don't know how Gungeon didn't get a cease and desist or a lawsuit, but I gotta say I'm glad they didn't because their puns are absolutely S tier. Fathers all over the world would be slow clapping.
Master Swat. In the head. Oink, oink. Welcome to Angry Birds. Yo, let's go, dude. Yo, definitely a huge shout out. The squad assembled. The gang's back together, baby.
Now we head into another challenge run, which requires you to complete the game with a sorceress enchanted gun, also known as gun game. Basically, what happens is after 5 kills, a reload, or I believe 30 seconds, your gun randomizes. This was a super fun challenge. I love this game mode, especially when you're fighting a boss and you get one of the most OP weapons in the game, making it literally the easiest thing in the world.
There it is. Gun game.
Now we have something that's also completely RNG and kind of dumb to be honest, but it is what it is. Woodsy Lord, which requires you to steal 10 things. There are certain items in the game, like a box from Metal Gear Solid or the decoy from some generic ninja game, that you can use as a shop to steal items. Is there a potential chance that you could get caught and then you can't buy anything from the shop for the rest of the run, but you need to do this 10 times. Oh, and I mentioned every time you steal something, you get a curse.
Oh! There it is.
This is where we get into some serious garbage. We have to get to our next achievement known as Resourceful. Have you noticed when you're playing this game and you left an item on the ground, then you go to the next chamber and come back and you find a note that says, "Thanks, loser, L ratio, that's mine now." Well, that's the Resourceful rat. Once you buy the primer, you can deposit money into Chamber 2 shop to attain something known as the Nod Key. This key unlocks a section of the map in Chamber 3, giving you the access to a trapdoor to fight the resourceful rat boss. This boss has 3 phases and is a Metal Gear Solid reference, which is pretty badass, but holy moly, this guy is trouble. He makes things a lot easier when you use the Blasphemy Sword, because the sword destroys projectiles. Oh, and the third phase is a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out reference. Definitely respectable for that one. This boss took me multiple attempts. Not only that, but the problem with the boss is that you could only get like 2 floors to build up a run in order to fight him, and he's equivalent to a Chamber 5 boss. The RNG has to be on your side.
Oh, I did it! Yes!
You unlock an NPC known as Gunsling King. He requires you to do a wager, which means you have to pay money to complete one of his challenges, like killing enemies using his gun, not getting hit, or not using dodge rolls. You have to do this 5 times to get special items and earn his achievement known as Hedge Slinger.
There it is, Hedge Slinger.
I have an absolute vendetta with this next achievement, Advanced Slayer. It's to defeat an advanced boss. You know how you have High Dragon, the Chamber 5 boss? Well, there's a second version of him that requires you to, in one run, defeat the rat, and then once you go into his little loot chamber, you need to use a blank to unlock a little sleeping serpent. You must feed him 4 items, and once you do that, it will wake the serpent up and start following you. You have to bring the serpent all the way to the 5th boss. Once you do this, you will fight the boss as normal while the serpent shoots little bullets at you. But once you get to the heart phase, that's when the second boss shows up. This is where the High Dragon Elite version starts pumping you full of bullets. I had the most disgusting run to make this happen, and I did it with the Daruma item that basically gives you infinite blanks. Also, I unlocked Paradox, which is the randomized character in this game because I walked into some cosmic goo.
I did it! Oh my god! Oh, dude, I'm shaking. Oh my god, we beat it, bro. Let's go, dude. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Our next achievement was by far the most abysmal one, my least favorite, known as Weird Tail. This involves completing Frightful's challenge. There are 15 challenges where you have to defeat specific enemies. This achievement alone took me approximately 20 hours just because of RNG. Think about it. If I have to kill one enemy 20 times and the chance of it spawning in a given chamber is like 1 out of 5 times and each chamber takes 10 minutes, that's a lot of time. Challenges include defeating Gunzookas, Gunmancers, Shambled Rounds, and even bosses like the Beholster, the Kill Pillars, or even High Dragon. But I persevered and did it. And you know what? When I had to kill the last High Dragon for this achievement, I also unlocked the opportunity to get the Gunslinger, which is by far the most OP character in this game. It makes this game 20 times easier. The Gunslinger has a special item that makes it so all your guns have synergy instead of collecting extra items to unlock the gun synergy. So once you get the gun, you're already OP. All guns that are bad are now OP. It's literally garbage, but oh so good at the same time.
There it is.
This brings us to the second to last and one of the hardest achievements, known as Challenger, which is to complete Daisuke's challenge. If you don't know, this is another challenge run that basically makes the Kaizo version of Gungeon. Every room you enter has a bunch of affixes that can happen, like fire trails, poison trails, or random missiles coming from the sky. You have to complete the whole game while doing this. Well, I ended up getting an item known as the Hazmat Suit, which makes me immune to all fire and poison damage. Believe it or not, a lot of it is fire and poison damage. I also did it with the Gunslinger, so it blew the challenge out of the water. Before that, I spent way too long farming this. Let's go, baby! Challenger, there it is, dude! And finally, because I'm so goddamn trash at this game, we have Trick Shot, which requires you to ace Winchester's game 3 times. There's an NPC known as Winchester, who has a game where you have to shoot the targets. Usually you have to shoot 4 of them. If you get all 4, you get a special prize. For some reason, for the life of me, I could not shoot any of them. Good thing I had an item known as Wax Wings, which allows you to fly so that you could fly right up to them and shoot them. This is the last achievement I got, and also kind of disappointing because I got literally every other hard achievement out of the way before I got this one done. There it is! Trick Shot, that is every single achievement. We are done 100%, baby. Let's get it. This achievement grind took me a grand total of 74 hours. But I have to say, when it comes to Enter the Gungeon, I almost had to do this game as a rite of passage for achievement hunting because it's more of a difficult game. And when it comes to achievement hunting, if you're having fun, you're doing it wrong. You should be nothing but miserable.
Watch this. I say my movement goes, and I get hit. Shocker.
But I gotta say, Enter the Gungeon was easily hit the top 20 of my all-time favorite games. Not only is there a plethora of references ranging from an array of different games, but it's also just an all-around good time.
Go, my giant minion, go! They love me. They love me.
Sure, some of it feels a little bit cheap, and sure, sometimes it feels a little bit OP, but when you get a god run, that's the way the roguelike should be. I can see why it's incredibly positively reviewed. I would strongly suggest anybody to have this game in their library because it's an absolute treat. Maybe not to collect all the achievements, but just to play it just because. Absolutely 100% gets the itty bitty army stamp of approval. But there you go, my dudes. That is game number 3 of Pixel Perfect, aka PP. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you had fun. And tell me what you think about these videos, and also tell me what you think about the editing style. Tell me how you feel about the games, and make sure to comment if you want a potential chance of seeing your next game being played. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and make sure to like the video to help the algorithm gods. And share with your family members. Share with your mom, share with your brother, share with your sister. You don't need to share with your grandma because she's already a strong itty bitty army supporter. But with that being said, my dudes, I gotta get back to the achievement grind. Stay tuned for the next Pixel Perfect video. Stay safe, happy grinding, and peace out.
What's going on? Long bizzle. Long bizzle. Long bizzle. Long bizzle.